It's about making professional football.
Well, it's their goal and their dreams, and a lot of why they come to Alabama. They just know that the development, and the opportunities that exist there are going to help prepare them for the next level. So with all the tradition, history that surrounds Alabama players going on to the NFL, it's what they work for. And the thing that I have really enjoyed is the respect our guys have for each other and the path and the journey they're on in the midst of trying to keep the team first while you're trying to win championships.
You had a little while now to digest year one. What are some of the overall takeaways and some of the things you're looking forward to this spring?
Yeah, we know that we need to be better, and that's the expectation I had from day one, is that we perform at a championship level, and we certainly fell short of that. Whether you're 0-12 or 12-0 in a regular season, you're always going to really critique and be detailed on how you got to improve. And I appreciate what our staff is doing, what our players are doing to really look inward, work together, and continue to move forward. There's a lot of good things already happening. It already feels just a lot different internally as we turn the page into 2025. From the first team meeting, which was less than 2 weeks after our last bowl game. So just excited about what's happening, the work that's being put in. Haven't had a chance to be around the guys a lot just because we've been on the road recruiting, only get a few days here, especially as a head coach. The only time of the year now in January you get out. But really excited about the momentum we have with so many players choosing to continue their career here. And build the stock that they have to get to the level that we're talking about going on the NFL.
What have you seen from Ty Simpson's patience, and how rare is that in today's world?
Yeah, you certainly appreciate what he's done. Continue to work on what he can control, and that's himself. Continue to build relationships to get ready for this chance that he has right in front of him to not just step up as a leader, because I think he's been doing that, but to have that opportunity to step in and be the quarterback.
What do you like about Jason Jones to add him to the staff?
Yeah, a lot of things. There was a lot of it. It's actually kind of surprised me when brought his name up to a few members of the coaching staff. Didn't realize there was many connections, and when I dove into those connections a little bit more, just the same things kept coming out about who he is as a person. How great he is, whether it's it's all facets, the recruiting, the X's and O's, just with the player development piece, and then him being local and someone who is an alum was an added bonus. It didn't have to be that way, but it certainly was something I know he was excited about. Speaking on his behalf too there, but just a all-around just team player and everything, and we were looking for the right kind of combination as we work into the defensive backs and the coaching of that group as a whole, and love what we got there with Mo Linguist and now Jason Jones.
Coach, how would you characterize your quarterback room right now?
Yeah, probably the biggest thing is there's just not a lot of snaps that have been taken on a college football field, but I also feel like the skill sets there are there's very strong strengths that we have, and excited about them being similar in a lot of ways. Of course, everyone's different. They got the things that they bring to the table, but they all three just work together, and that's really led to workouts already that they're running that have sounds like they've been very efficient and got a lot of work done. But I'm excited about what they all bring to the table. Can't we get back on campus here in February and work with them?
Do you foresee it being an open
or consideration of adding Ryan Grubb to your staff?
Well, man, we go way back, so great friend of mine, and think the world of him as a football coach, obviously as a person too. And so I know he's working through his process, just kind of after what last season brought, and so just kind of seeing what he does there, and here for him whenever he needs me. That's always going to be the case.
How gratifying is it to get Deontay back, Mobile guy, and back there as a former captain after your defense?
Yeah, that was big, and first and foremost, we wanted what's best for Deontay, And unfortunately, with the injury and him, I think in his mind, in fact, I know in his mind that this was it, and he was excited about moving on to the next level. But life throws you curveballs, and he got that, and he just, the emotions of the injury and things like that kind of let him kind of work through it, and I think he just really realized that the best course of action, what's best for him, was to come back, and that of course is exciting for us. You get a team captain, a guy who's so well respected in the locker room, and well respected by the fan base, and just that type of leader at the linebacker position, the guy who makes the calls, just that familiarity with everything, whether it's us with him or him with his teammates. It allows us, again, another one of those things that helps us hit the ground running here going into the season.
Another local guy, Ryan Williams. So as you step back, how do you sort of assess his first season and where he has to go in year two?
Well, a year ago at this time, we were pretty excited about the commitment, right? And that's what it was that he had made to come play football at Alabama. And you got into the summer and you're like, wow, this is fun working with him. And then we saw what he could do in the season. I know that he's got much higher goals than what he accomplished this year, and that's individually and as a team. And I'm really excited about him taking the next steps as a leader now. And he's going to take care of his business and do what he needs to do, and we're going to be there to help him refine the things that are going to make him, the best of the best. But he's a team player through and through. We saw that all season long. He and Germ kind of coming back as the leaders of the receiving corps. I'm excited about what they bring from a mindset. When your best players are, your best people and highest character guys, it's exciting what it can become. And so we have that at the receiving corps. We've added some guys too, with the early enrollees, the newcomers, and so I really like the way that group's going to come along under their guidance and leadership.
Kalen, how have you seen your recruitment approach change this time around with the year end in the system, knowing what Alabama's all about? How have you seen him, I guess, become more powerful, as you cross the country kind of pitching out?
Yeah, well, I think I feel really good about what we did, whether it's with the high school class or filling in some gaps with our portal. And I think the other piece is just the retention of our own team, and feel good about where we're at there. We have a couple spots we could fill, just a few as the rest of the spring, summer comes along. But we always are going to tweak things and find ways to make it better. But I like, considering it was the first year, what we accomplished with the high school guys. They are in there working. They're what we thought they would be, whether it's athletically or just their character, and then the work ethic that comes along. But I think for us, it's now that we've been here a year, continue to build the relationships locally, in-state, regionally, to where we can continue to take advantage of that. And we had relationships that are just all across the country. We'll continue to do that because we want the best of the best. We need the best players to come in here. That's what Alabama's done in the past. That's what we'll continue to do. But I think the relationships locally, and the times are limited. Times have changed about with the times that coaches can get on the road. It used to be once a week for really 6 weeks if you counted December and January, and they really only get 2 chances really all through January. And so we got to be really efficient. That's why we're not here very long even today. So there's a couple days left of the contact period that we're going to take advantage of.
AFCA came out with a recommendation with one window for, I think, 10 days for the transfer portal. Is that something you're in favor of? Because it seems like having the spring one on top of that puts pretty heavy burden on you guys' staff.
Yeah, I think a smaller window and one window would certainly be ideal, and that's just, less, more of an understanding of what your roster is going to be at this time of the year is what we all want. And just taking the gray out of the confusion out of it for us, for our players, on what's ahead, and let's get the development process of your team, of these guys, and the work that we can put in. Let's get it all aligned. So yeah, certainly in favor of that.
Although you don't have the final say, what is your preference on playing the Power 4 teams, continuing that trend? In your non-conference games?
In non-conference, yeah. I think as long as we play, it depends on how many conference games you are playing, and we're at 8 right now, and so this next year with Florida State as the opener, and then a couple weeks later with Wisconsin. you know, it's a good competitive schedule. That's what we want leading into conference play, and so that's you know, that's the way, you know, we want it. We want to be challenged and be tested going into, you know, SEC action.
Thank you, Coach.
You bet. Thank you guys. Roll Tide.